الله أكبر الله أكبر.
I am a person. I am a woman. I am a Muslim. Hear my voice.
How are Muslim women in Kern County making their voices heard as unique contributors to the ongoing conversation regarding their faith and the role they play within it? And how is that helping them to define their identity within their faith?
We hope to open up a dialogue in which women have a greater voice in both scholarly accounts of their religion and a deeper look into what their lives and faiths mean to them. The three main concepts that we will be focusing upon in our documentary will be lived experience. When women are given the freedom to speak out their lived experiences as women, this validates their experience and honors a woman as a subject, not just an object of her religion.
Self-identification. In allowing women to speak out on how they view themselves as both women and Muslims, we are providing these women the freedom to reflect upon who they think they are both within their religion and within their own lives. Voice. Lastly, by focusing on voice, we are aspiring to shatter the silence that many Muslim women live within, to share one's story with the world, to contemplate what one's faith means to oneself, and to reflect upon what, if any, contribution one can make to one's religion, family, and the greater world around one is an empowering action, an act of agency. When these women share their stories with the world, they are taking an active step to break the silence of Muslim women, and specifically Muslim women in Kern County. This active step takes intention, commitment, and bravery to take a step in the face of patriarchy and tradition. It is an honor to share these stories.
In attempting to share the stories of the Muslim women we interviewed through this project, we encountered a profound obstacle. During the process of interviewing the Muslim women of Kern County, there was a moment of self-reflection that occurred in the midst of each and every interview. These women, though now living in Kern County, have come from differing corners of the earth. Yet, at the point of the interview, when we, as the interviewers, began to discuss the great import of their personal experiences that women was sharing with us, and how we were eager to share this knowledge with the community, there was a pause from each woman that we were interviewing. Though the interview process spanned a few days and most interviews were conducted on a one-on-one basis, each and every woman had a singular, particular concern. Since all of these women have to live in Kern County and within their own communities and families, they were concerned that there may be retribution of some sort for sharing their views on their religion and their roles as women within Islam. So, they preferred to remain anonymous. Our commitment to this project entailed that we respect their privacy, yet share their important and unique voices, and so all names have been changed.
Lived experience. The story of Jamila. I do worry that if I have a daughter, one day she would be viewed as oppressed and be treated as a second-class citizen or even pitied. Sympathy is fine, but it's different when a person goes, "Oh, poor you poor child, this is wrong, you are so oppressed as a Muslim." By saying that to a child, you are really hurting that child a lot more than you think. They thought they were okay, and they know they're okay, but you're hurting them when you're telling them that, no, you are not okay, this is how you should be. So I worry about that, and I hope that my children's experiences will be a lot more positive. I would just like for her to feel that she is a part of a community, that she is wanted by her community. So, I would like her, my daughter, to share that feeling of belonging to a community like my mother's experience, but a lot more progressive.
The story of Sarah. The one message I would share for sure is that no, I am not oppressed, nor am I forced to wear the hijab. What Islam has been teaching me and what my parents have been teaching me through the teachings of Islam is not anything that is negative. I am very happy. Like people sometimes think I am forced to wear the hijab and that I will be forced to marry somebody in my family. No, not at all. It's nothing like that. You know, the media prefers to focus on the bad stuff, and that's sad. It's sad that it's gotten to this point, but that's one thing I would tell people. Islam is not like that. Islam is about peace. It is very much so.
Self-identification. The story of Lena. I have nothing against a hijab, but I believe that hair is a big part of a woman's beauty. And I think that I don't cover it because God created women and God created beauty, and so I choose not to wear it. I don't have a problem with others who do wear it. The story of Miriam. When I wore my hijab when I was ready, here in Bakersfield, I realized quickly that that was a mistake. I couldn't get any jobs, and it was like one piece of cloth. I had the same skills the next day, exactly the same resume, same clothes, and the next day I was offered a job. Within a week I had 2 jobs, so I knew I just had to take it off.
The story of Jamila. A lot of people ask me that, and they tell me, "You're in America. You don't have to wear the hijab. Take it off, this and that, you know. You're free here. They can't do anything to hurt you." But really, the thing that people need to understand is that I know I am not forced to wear the hijab. And I'm not saying that not all Muslim women are not forced to wear the hijab, because the truth of the matter is that it is really sad, but there are some Muslim countries that are really patriarchal who do use the hijab as a weapon to oppress women. But that's an extreme minority. With my experience, it's different. I chose to wear the hijab. Ever since I was a little girl, I loved wearing the hijab. I didn't have to, but I did it anyway. You know, I saw my sisters wearing it, and I saw how happy they were. And I saw my mother wear it, and my aunt, and I really wanted to be a part of that community. Even when I was in 1st grade, I would go to school wearing it, and my parents would tell me not to wear it, but I wanted to. I know that it is what I wanted, and this is a part of me and a part of my faith. I see the hijab as something that makes me more comfortable in myself. I don't have to worry about how people think about the way I look and this and that. Instead, I could focus more on my personality growth rather than my physical appearance. I can focus on who I want to become and who I am, and I have the freedom to do that. A lot of Muslim women say this, and that it is really, really liberating. And if hundreds of thousands, if not more, women say that it's liberating, then there is some truth to it. In working towards answering the question, how are Muslim women in Kern County making their voices heard as unique contributors to the ongoing conversation regarding their faith and the role they play within it? And how is that helping them to define their identity within their faith? We utilize 3 concepts to further our understanding of women as religious subjects. The 3 concepts are lived experience, self-identification, and voice. Through the telling of the stories of these Muslim women in Kern County, we are certain that this is not the conclusion of our discussion. We hope that this production fosters further discourse on the subject and sheds light into the real lives of these women in our community.